Hey, what's shaking, homie? So I'm back with the Teemo board. So I already did an unboxing and an initial first impressions review of this board, but I've had it for like a month now, and today is the first day that it hasn't been either soaking wet outside from snowing or isn't snowing. So it's a little warmer today. It's 29 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so right around freezing, but not too bad. Actually really nice compared to what it has been. So roads are pretty dry, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna try to drive this thing until it's got no power anymore. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little nicer too, so if I don't have enough time today to film it completely, then I'll film the rest tomorrow. But I want to kind of give it, your basic range test, really put it through its paces more, also give it its top speed. I also weigh about 180 pounds right now, just so you know, with a bunch of stuff on, so top speed might not get as high as they advertise, which is like 28 miles an hour or something, which is really, really fast. So I don't know. I'd be very impressed if it gets that fast, but either way, yeah, I guess let's quit talking about it and let's just go for a spin. Okay guys, if you haven't seen my initial review and unboxing of this, I recommend going back and checking this out. But one cool thing is this board turns on by itself just from the motion. So there is a power button to turn it off and turn it on, but it does it by itself. For the remote, you just hold down this this bottom button, and we're good to go. So let's go for a cruise. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off in the beginner mode here. I got the cycling app going in my pocket so I can record how far we went and everything. Just this regular Samsung Health one that comes with your Samsung phones. I got a Galaxy, so that's what I'm using. But yeah, just in beginner mode, the handle's really good. The power isn't, it's definitely not crazy fast or anything, but it's definitely manageable. It's good for a beginner. There's 3 speed modes. So here you get an idea, a visual, how fast they're going. But yeah, handle's good. Definitely very comfortable to ride. It's got a little flex to it. All right, we're gonna kick it up to intermediate. Going slow here because I'm coming up on a stop sign. And yeah, let's kick it into gear. Okay, this is the intermediate. I got the throttle all the way down. I'll stop in a second to see how fast I got going, but we're gonna let it just kind of max out here. I'm on a normal road, so it would be smoother if I was on like a bike trail or something, but yeah. So definitely a lot colder than I originally thought it was going to be. With the wind here, I feel it way more. Okay, so I say I've been pretty much as fast as I'm going to get going on the intermediate mode. So yeah, let me slow down. Once again, the brakes are a little torquey, but not too bad. If as long as you're careful with it, you can come to a nice slow stop without getting thrown off the board. Just don't slam it down. So here, let me get on my phone. We'll see what our max speed was there. Okay, so stop. Here I got my cycling app. Our max speed we got was 16 miles an hour. So on the intermediate, I went 16 miles an hour. Average speed was 9.1, but that I was stopping. Don't really pay attention to that. So you're getting about 16 miles an hour. Maybe a little higher if you're lighter than me, because I'm a little chubby right now. It's winter. But yeah, if you're about 160 pounds, you could probably get about, I don't know, maybe 18 miles an hour or something. So that's also too not the fastest mode. So we're gonna kick it up onto the faster mode right now. So it's just, he's got 3 little switches right here, and yeah, so I have to be a little more careful. Oh, I gotta restart my cycling app, and we'll get going. Okay, back to it. So when you're on the expert mode or whatever, you got to make sure you're hitting the throttle nice and slow. If you're starting from a dead stop, I recommend giving it a couple regular pushes before getting started. But And yeah, it already feels way faster. This is a nice straightaway right here, so I'm gonna turn around because I'm at the end of it. And we're gonna go back the other way to get the max speed on this one. And also too, I mean, it is a little bumpy, so you could get maybe whatever I get, you know, you could be a little lighter than me, you could have a nicer surface, you might get a little more, but this is gonna be more of like, where the surface you guys are gonna be riding these things on, you know, it's a road. So, okay, so I got it all the way down. So, I mean, it definitely feels faster. Okay, so I'm gonna let it go for 5 more seconds all the way down, and I'm gonna say that's probably about as fast as I'm gonna get going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm just gonna coast it out. Just let it kind of coast and slow down. And yeah, but the board's handling good. It's got the same remote as a lot of these cheaper boards, which, you know, is okay, but you gotta know how to work this remote. It's like, you can't just slam it down. You gotta be pretty sensitive with it. And quite careful. That's why I'm not wearing gloves, actually. I was worried if I was wearing gloves, I wouldn't be able to be sensitive enough. Sorry, they're doing construction over there. That scared me. Okay, so I'm going to slow the board down now. We'll go on the sidewalk here. A little safer place. Okay. And let's check my cycling app. Okay, so... Sorry. Okay, so I got 23.5 miles an hour. Okay, so I don't think you're going to be able to get the advertised 28 unless you're, I mean, I don't know, maybe if you're really skinny and you have like a perfect surface, but I'd say you're probably going to get closer to like 25. On like a nice summer day, if I was on the bike trail, I probably would be able to get 25, no problem. I mean, it's quite bumpy. Like, look at this road. It's like beat up and stuff, but it's kind of like a normal road, especially if you live in the city or something. But that's what I got there. So, not horrible. So, definitely on par with some of the other skateboards I've reviewed. Honestly, that's plenty fast for me. I don't see a point in wanting to go any faster than that, or needing to go faster than that. I think the risk of falling and the danger kind of outweighs the little bit, you know, faster you're going. So, I recommend riding around 20 miles an hour top anyways. So, to me, this board goes plenty fast. Plenty fast for what I'm doing. I mean, on that board, I felt like I was flying. I don't know. I mean, the windscreen probably wasn't even working. It was probably so windy, but I don't know. But, yeah, so I guess I'm going to find a couple hills. I got one over here that's on a sidewalk. It's kind of hard to see from here. And then I got another one over there. And yeah, so let's go ride on some hills and have some fun. All right, guys, here's going to be my first hill test. Notice there's a hill. Because the train goes up like that and it goes over the railroad tracks and stuff. So I'm just going to there's a sidewalk that runs parallel with it, so I'm just going to take that up there. So let me go to this intersection, get safely on the sidewalk, and yeah, first hill test. Alright guys, so I'm going to start pretty much from nothing, and I'm only pushing it in a little, and I'm climbing up, there's no problem. There's a lot of pebbles and shit, and this runs right next to the road, so I'm actually not pumping it all the way here. Now it's a little safer. But there's tons of stuff here. And I'm only hitting it down like most of the way. Not even most of the way, like halfway, and I'm coming up the hill no problem. So this is a small hill. Well, not small, but not crazy. And there's just tons of rocks and stuff, so this isn't the best one to test it on. But these wheels are handling the terrain no problem. And yeah, I made it up the hill. I would have been able to fly up this hill if it was a little clearer, but I mean, like, look at this crap. But yeah, so first hill though, I mean, it made it up it absolutely no problem at all. Here's a visual, so I mean, not small. So let me go back this way. There's another hill over there, and it's a little steeper. We'll try that one. All right, guys, here's the next hill right here. So once again, not crazy, but definitely by no means that is not a hill. So this one is a little nicer sidewalk, so I'm gonna go a little faster up this one. And yeah. Alright guys, there was nobody on the road, so I decided to just hit it on the road. And yeah, I'm hauling up this hill. Like, this road's actually quite nice too. But behind me. It crushed it, no problem. So yeah, okay, well I'm gonna get safely off this road before some more cars come. And yeah, brakes work good though. Here's another perspective of that hill we just went up, no problem. So, I mean, yeah, you handle that, no problem. So as long as you're not going up like Mount Everest, I think you'll be okay. So, pretty impressed with the torque and control of this board. Just, you know, it has a lot of torque, but it's still easy to handle it. It's a little high off the ground, but not crazy. After riding some of the other boards, it's not really that bad. Okay guys, so just checking in. It's been about an hour actually of me riding this board. My hands are starting to get really cold and stuff, but the board, I haven't lost connection once. And I've actually got a lot more comfortable riding it on the fastest rate. And yeah, I'm really used to it. So yeah, I think like once you get used and comfortable with this board, you can definitely handle it on the fastest mode without really feeling scared or have to worry about it losing disconnection or anything. But overall, very impressed with this board. So I'll check in if I have any issues. But yeah, man, look at that train. Look how much smoke that made. That was crazy. All right, see you in a minute. All right, guys, after about an hour of riding it, I went like almost 7 miles and I only lost 1 bar. So I'm gonna keep checking in with you guys. I'm actually probably gonna call it for right now. I'm gonna go home, warm up. I might come back out in like an hour, but I'll probably film the second half of this tomorrow. But I'm not gonna recharge the board or anything. I'm just gonna go from what it is. But I think it's definitely probably close to the 20-mile range. As long as this first increment loses like the same, unless it's like where it gets to 50, then it just goes totally dead, like some boards do. But if it loses them in the proper increments, it's on track to get around 20 probably. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, very cool, very impressed with it so far. I really like the deck itself, just the flex to it and the way it feels. Really nice. All right, so I made it to the bike trail, and yeah, it's very smooth ground here. There's a little bit of sticks and stuff because it does go through the forest, but it's really nice. I really love this. This is the McHenry County Conservation District bike trail. So you're not supposed to go over 15 miles an hour in here, so don't tell anybody, but I might do that. But that's our secret, right? But yeah, coming up here, it goes over the highway here, so we'll get up there in a second. All right, guys, so I got this hill over here. As you can see, there is actually like a sign that says like caution hill. So that indicates that the hill is over 20 degrees. So, you know, this is a pretty big hill. It goes over the freaking highway. So if I can make it over this, I think you guys should be okay on pretty much whatever hills you take the board on. So we got it all juiced up. Let's give it a go. I just put it on the fastest rate right now, so let's go. Also, I weigh 180 pounds, so let's see if we can do it. So far, we're doing pretty good. We're just coming up on the hill now. Oh, the big part of the hill. It's slowing down definitely, but I'm still climbing the hill. I mean, yeah, it's definitely going a little slower, but I mean, I'm still making it up the hill fine. So for climbing hills, this board can definitely handle it. I mean, I don't really see you going over hills very much bigger than that. Like, there's the downward side of it, but I mean, I'm pretty high over the highway, and you know, it handled that fine. So I still have 3 bars of battery. I got a really cool area that this comes into. It's just a bunch of like woods and really cool. So I'm gonna go in there and ride it basically till there's about, you know, a little less than 2 bars left, enough to get back to the gym. And I'll give you guys, you know, my overall feel. But so far, I'm actually really digging this board. It's really comfortable. It handles good. The remote's fine. You know, it feels a little cheap, but other than that, the remote's fine. The board looks cool. I kind of like the red grip tape and everything, and yeah, it can handle hills. So far so good. Check out that hawk. Look at that. It flew down like right next to me. All right, guys. So check this out. This is a really cool area. So it's like it goes on for miles. This actually goes all the way to Chicago. I can take this bike trail freaking all the way to Chicago, but it's really cool. It's just in the woods and lots of nature, and you see all sorts of cool animals and stuff. And yeah, it's just really nice, and still quite there's some ice here, some snow still, so better take it kind of careful. But yeah, this should be fun. So I'm gonna take it, and I'm basically just gonna see how far I can go on the board. So I'll check in with you guys a little bit, but I'm having a little fun, enjoy the scenery, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so I went about 3 miles down the bike trail, and I noticed the board, it's on 2 batteries, but it's starting to get not quite as fast. So I take that as a good sign that I should probably make my way back the other way. So I think there's going to be plenty of battery to make it the 3 miles back the other way, back to the gym and back to my car. But, you know, I'll keep in touch with you guys. But so far, I mean, it's going now on the fast mode about as fast as it goes on the intermediate mode, which is still fine. But yeah, I'm definitely noticing a little bit of power loss. But that might be how they get the range to be able to go as good as they do. You know, it just kicks down the power a little. So I'm gonna keep riding it, and we'll see what happens, and I'll, you know, keep in touch with you guys. Okay guys, so the battery's getting low. I'm going up actually that other side of that hill that we went up before, and as you can see, it's hardly making it up it, but it's still making it up. Yeah, so I mean, as you can see, it's a pretty big hill. It's just basically just as, I think it's a little steeper on this side, but you know, almost as steep. So still going good and making my way back to the gym, but overall very impressed with this board so far. So yeah, let's have a little fun on this hill. Once again, the wheels handle bumps, no problem. Brakes work good downhill, so you come to a complete stop. Well, almost complete stop, basically no problem. And yeah, so see you guys in a minute for my overall impression. Alright guys, so I made it back, and overall, I'm very impressed with this board. Now, you're getting quite a bit for what you pay. This board, it isn't that expensive when you compare it to a lot of other electric skateboards. It handles really good. I really like how this board has a flex to it. There's not really a generic feel to the deck itself. I don't have any other electric skateboards that have a flex like this. Also, this one has a concave, so your feet sit really nice in it. The remote does feel a little generic, meaning that I have 3 electric skateboards that all use the same type of remote, so it's kind of hard to keep track of which one goes to which. But the remote, I didn't have a single connection issue. It performed great. The board performed great. I rode this 2 different days for almost an hour each day, and I still have 1 bar of battery on it. So as far as range goes, these things are supposed to be like your last couple mile vehicles, not your last hour vehicle. And it managed almost 2 hours. So the range is good enough for me, that's for sure. So I think this board is definitely worth it. Out of all the electric skateboards I've reviewed, this one is one of the ones I'm the most impressed with. Yeah, the specs might be a little exaggerated, but a lot of companies do that. So if you know, besides that, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. So I'll put all the links in the description. So thank you so much, Frank, over at Teemo, for sending me this. And everybody at Teemo, you guys are awesome. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.